Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
We don't care, we're about to swear on the air. It's the after the show, so tune in if you dare. KVJ, get your skate every single day. It's uncensored. We can say what we want to say.
Yeah, hello and welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Welcome to Tuesday.
Hello, Kevin.
Hello. How the hell are you?
I'm doing all right. I got a big meeting with you, Kevin Ralston, today.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I get to go in
some ideas.
Get to go into his office.
Yeah. And try to figure out what other kids we can kill off in YouTube videos.
No kids are safe.
No, they're not. We're going to take them all out. Yeah. The RIP Fat Kevin video is up on our YouTube. If you're on there watching us right now, you can go check that out.
Good luck trying to find it. Some people said they could find it right away, and then other people go, I can't find this thing anywhere.
Damn.
Yeah, YouTube didn't like it. At first, Jaybird thought I had disabled the comments possibly, so people would be ragging on my fat, portly appearance.
But you're not sensitive like that.
No.
Like you have very, very thick skin.
And
Yeah.
you're self-aware. You know, you were fat, and now you're not. And now you care, and then you didn't realize.
Oh, I got some because I put it up on other social media platforms, and somebody sent me a long email.
Did they really?
Oh yes, about how first of all Kevin was not fat. The joke doesn't even work because Kevin wasn't
He was
fat.
fat.
And second of all, it's not the olden times. The fat jokes aren't funny anymore, and fat's the new. I'm like, all right. It was long.
Can't do it anymore.
It was
huh?
shaming.
Yeah.
It was. I was a dick.
I wrote that one.
I agreed. Sometimes y'all write me a hate letter. I agree with it. Like you're right. I suck and I'm a dick.
You're right, making no changes.
Well, there's that too.
Some emails that we got today. Steven said, I was listening to yesterday's show and hearing Virginia's story that started with 4 shots of tequila got me thinking of a great new entertaining idea. If you missed the story yesterday, Virginia was at dinner. 4 tequila shots were brought to the table. Nobody else wanted it. So, of course, Virginia's not going to let it go to waste.
I can't waste perfectly good tequila, and it was chilled.
Oh, wow.
They brought it chilled.
Did they say what? Do you know what kind it was?
I do. It's not my favorite, but I don't want to. I don't want to talk bad about it. But it was Patron.
Okay, so you didn't even love it and you still knocked it down.
Oh, come on.
That's
She's a
impressive.
seasoned alcoholic, dog. They don't turn down drinks.
So impressive.
It wasn't well tequila, which I might have turned down.
Well, that's a headache in a bottle right there.
Thank
Anytime
you.
you do well anything, you know you're getting kicked right in the head.
Yeah. He said, first off, those that hate on the show for y'all's talk of alcohol and Virginia's alcohol problems can suck it. Those elements create a lot of fun, like Jaybird's dancing for KVJ TV and Virginia's storytelling. But it'd be a great listen if you guys did a fact or fiction with facts on alcohol with Bird as the contestant. For every answer he provides that is wrong, he takes a shot of tequila. It'd be entertaining, and if Jaybird gets several wrong, the aftermath would also be entertaining. Probably best for a Friday show. Don't back down from the challenge.
Signed,
Bird, Bigfoot is real.
Signed, enabling Edna.
I love that girl.
Pushing more on you.
I love it. I like when people stick up. It's nice. Thank
And we
you.
love fun ideas and drinking games. So thank you.
Another idea from William said, I was going through some of your old bits on YouTube, and I saw the one where you had to put your hand in front of an animal to see if it would bite you. You'll definitely need to be doing that one again. That was called Will It Bite? That was a lot of fun. Absolutely, and some will.
Yeah. Our friends over at Bush Wildlife are in the middle of trying to transition to their new location, which will be out in Jupiter Farms. They're still at the old location, and they're still fundraising. So, if you've got a little extra scratch, I know Bush Wildlife would really appreciate. They are the reason we are able to do Will It Bite?
Yeah, and maybe we can bring them in again sometime soon. It's been several years since we did that.
Yeah.
It's a very peaceful place too. They help animals. I just love it.
Me too. And Amy, who runs the show over there, is such a sweet, wonderful human.
She really loves animals.
Yeah, she does. And they've been a lot of fun on the show.
Yeah, oh my gosh.
For years.
We're talking decades now.
Decades, yeah.
Because we old.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was like a helper. She worked there when she was really young.
Yeah.
And then
David.
she was David's helper, and then she graduated and got like higher titles, and now she runs the whole thing. I'm so proud of her.
Mm-hmm. She's doing good. Therese, our ride or die in Pompano, said during the 16-week Christmas break while y'all were off, my kids were home, making sure I would either wind up in a rubber room or alcohol rehab. I had a chance to binge a lot of old podcasts to stay sane, and I came across one where Kevin, you, and the Mexican Queen Kim required that all of your kids obtain a degree of some kind in order for them to receive, quote, compensation within the coming years. That's as delicate as I could phrase it without sounding gauche. And y'all's next Ask the Show or Ask Us Anything, can you update us on whether that rule still stands now that Caitlin's podcasts have successfully taken off? I will tell you, I'll break it down right now. I don't care.
Tell us.
I will. That was more of a queen type of rule that she had. I don't share the same affinity for education as she does. I am more about learn the skills that you need to be able to make money and try to find what you're passionate about and let your passions. When you're passionate about something, you want to learn everything you can about it.
That's how you get good.
I don't believe that traditional educations are always the way to go for some people that start off with $100,000 in school debt and a job where they can make $20,000 for the first 15 years of their life. That just doesn't add up to me mathematically. So she holds on to that more than I do. So that was her rule, not mine. I think over the years, I've worn her down a bit on that.
Okay.
I think she sees it a little bit differently now. And I would much rather have somebody be in a profession they love than in a profession they hate just because they went to school for it. And I don't know where my son Colin is. His passions seem to be taking him into distilling of alcohol. He's working at a distillery in Nashville, and this is a dude that's got a very nice degree in chemical engineering, and he's put 3 years into Georgia Tech into that. I don't know if he's going to stay with that or not.
So the next level after his bachelor's in chemical engineering is a master's?
It's a combo master's doctorate. It's a 5-year program. He's done 3 of the 5 years. So he would be, I guess, past the equivalent of a master's, and now he'd be encroaching on his doctorate.
And is he completely not in school?
Don't know necessarily what's going on. I know he's in Nashville, but it was a year where he could go anywhere he wanted, and he didn't have to be in Atlanta to do his lab work that he was doing at Georgia Tech. And so I don't know if he's still in the school thing or not. I think he was getting really burnt on it.
Yeah.
And
I get it.
You know, he had done 7 straight years of chemical engineering, and I think it was Georgia Tech was really a grind. In fact, I think he was saying that it was a bigger leap going from the University of Michigan to Georgia Tech than it was from high school to Michigan.
Wow.
Sometimes too, keep in mind your interests change when you get older.
Yeah.
You may have been into one thing when you were 17 or 18.
Right.
And now you're approaching your mid-20s or your late 20s or whatever.
Yeah.
Things can change. Your passions can change.
You're allowed to change.
You are allowed to change.
You can be whatever you want to be, and just because you started in chemical engineering doesn't mean you have to stay in it. I think your advice is right. Chase your happy.
Oh, honestly, I think your advice is 1,000,000,000% right. Since I've known you, when I first met you, you've always talked about passion is what drives things, and I completely believe that too. I think if you're passionate about something, you get yourself in a place where you want to win. You know about that world.
Yeah, he's got a passion, and it's soul cleansing. Because look, I've experienced burnout. I know what that's all about, man. Even something that I love doing, you can still get burnt out on.
You can.
Sure.
And so for him, he may just have burnout. He just may need to cleanse his soul and step away for a while, and however long that is, you know, it's all good. I mean, he's still, it all comes down to it. He's still got 7 years at pretty good universities doing chemical engineering. So if he ever got that itch again, you could do it.
And he's a level-headed cat, man.
Yeah.
Take a year off. Take 2 years off. Vienna awaits you.
He is not like his mama and sister either. He's more like me. He is not a label whore. He doesn't care what he drives, what he wears, where he lives. That kind of stuff doesn't mean anything to him.
That's an asset right there.
Absolutely. So he doesn't need to have a lot of wealth. Now, his sister would disagree because she needs a flow of income because she is a label whore and somebody's got to pay for it. She's hoping her brother will. So So she's going to be very disappointed if he doesn't pursue the higher incomes of chemical engineering. So, but that's something she'll have to deal with. And she is getting ready to finish up. She will have like a teaching, I guess, certificate degree or whatever. She can do that, but I think after she started helping my wife a little bit with teaching, she realized that sucks. And I don't think she's really too passionate about that. And so she, oddly enough, I don't know why, all of a sudden got the kick to, I think it's because she started doing TikTok. She liked that, and she got the kick to do the podcasting. So I said, of course, I'll help you out. So she's scratching that itch right now to see where that goes.
We signed her at Sasquatch Recordings to do another podcast there.
Yeah, she's done her first 3. She dropped the first 2. If you want to go check those out, I was on that. I did the first 3 with her, and the next one's dropping. They drop on Sundays. And there's stories about what's going on in her life. It's Basic Boca Bitch is the name of it, and it's just stories, because she was doing some interesting, entertaining stuff, partying there. I know the older people hate it. If you don't like what young people do in their early 20s, going out and hitting the bars and drinking a lot, you're going to absolutely hate it. So it's probably not for a lot of you.
Look, there's a lot of old people that hate our show anyway, too. they hate our show as well. They hate listening. Those numbers count.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's what she's doing. So, yeah, I wouldn't say that that still stands where anybody has to get a college degree for that. In fact, my son, can. I'm trying to figure out with him what he's going to do, and I'm trying to help him out. He's amazing. Everybody's got a gift. You got to just find with your kids what their gift is and help guide them. And he has an amazing math mind, and he can work through things and see things. I saw him play his brother Colin, who obviously is very smart and Mensa and all that stuff. They were playing chess. And Colin was on a chess team and took years of classes on how to do chess. Cannon sat down and whooped his ass, and Colin about came over the table and I thought he was going to punch him. I thought he was going to break him up because he couldn't believe that he beat him. Cannon has got a mind like that he can work that kind of stuff out.
Wow, look at you.
He's got that, and he loves sports, and he doesn't have a lot of drive. Like, he's the kind of kid you have to almost take a cattle prod to get him to do anything.
I think that's child abuse.
Yeah, so I haven't done the cattle prod yet. But I think I'm going to try to help him into getting it, like sports and statistics. I think he would be great at. So he loves doing all that stuff anyway. So that's where I think I'm going to guide him.
Okay.
And you don't have to go to college for that, which would save me a hell of a lot of money.
I love it.
Yeah, I'm into saving a lot of money.
I finally paid off all my college in my 40s. It does. It kicks you right in the dick. If you took out loans.
I remember I think I heard Barack Obama was 50 when he paid his off, and the guy was the freaking president.
Damn. 50?
Something like that. It was something ridiculous. I think it was Obama. It was somebody like that you'd be like, wow, I mean, if it took them that long to pay him off, what the hell are we doing?
And what's crazy is my loans was not really... I finally graduated from FAU, and I told y'all how I went to that Northwood University, and it was a private school, and it was a fuck ton of money, and none of those credits transferred. I was paying off a lot of that still from that school that didn't even count.
That sucks.
That sucks so hard.
That's why I think a lot of education, higher education in America is a racket. And I think that there are things in jobs, professions, you have to have it, and it can be good. But don't just mindlessly say after high school I'm going to walk into college and start throwing somebody a lot of money when I have no idea where I'm going in life. I don't know if that's necessarily it. My wife always thought, well, you have to go that route because it helps you become an adult. There are other ways that you can learn to become an adult without going to a college.
Yeah, like going out and getting a job and starting a career. Which I know a lot of people that did that. Yeah, look, there's not one way for everybody. Everyone's got to find their way and do it how they can do it.
Right. Find your happy, though. Chase that happy, chase the passion, chase something that you'll be excited to do every day. You don't want to think about getting up every day and being sad because you hate your job.
It is true, but here's the problem that I think sometimes people don't know what their passion is, and that's a scary thing for people. I think we're lucky if you know what you love to do. I think that's a lucky thing, and not everyone has that. Some people are trying to figure that out. I think
you need to spend some time with yourself. If you can't figure out what makes you happy, then you need to go see a therapist and start figuring it out. Mm-hmm. Seriously, because there is nothing more important than self-care and self-preservation, and that starts at making yourself happy.
Sure.
Well, I think sometimes people think they can't make a living off the things that make them happy. And what you were saying earlier, I think we live in a time now where you can do that. If you can figure out a way, there is a way to make a living on doing things you love to do.
Totally.
Yeah, I think more now than ever.
Yeah.
Totally.
I'm always bagging on the internet, but the internet's, that's where I would speak up for the internet. You know, you can do a lot of things.
Social media has helped so many small businesses.
And it's also torn down nations.
Let's focus on the positive, you dick.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
It's hard to look at you because you have "I hate fat kids" written on your forehead.
Oh, I know. I got a man, but my hair looks like who did it and ran. I didn't know I was going to have a hair day today.
She's limping.
Yeah, I'm getting quite the weird looks. Because not everyone knows what's going on in this building with our
Right.
show.
When you see a guy in a man bun with the words "I hate fat kids" written across his forehead, you're like, gosh, that's intense.
Not a lot of people
That's a lot.
Most people don't think that's funny. And the people that do are my friends.
People that do are sick.
Are the ones I work with. In this room, I should say.
Let me see a movie recommendation. Here it says, I recommend the documentary Wildcat on Amazon Prime Video. It is focused on Harry Turner, who is an English soldier who is deployed to Afghanistan. He ends his tour back home with his parents with PTSD and depression, and he decides that it's best for him to leave everything behind and travel to the Amazonian rainforest in Peru. He finds purpose in a wildlife conservatory with an orphan ocelot named Khan. It is a deep dive into animal conservation and mental health issues, but with a very happy ending. That sounds great, and that's another person. It just, you never know, man. You never know where you're going to find your purpose in life.
But if you're broken, don't stop trying to fix it. If you haven't found your purpose, don't stop hunting. Don't stop chasing happy. Even if you got to do that ayahuasca, even if you got to lick that frog venom, whatever you got to do to open it up for yourself and be the happy person that you deserve to be, regardless of your past. We all deserve to be happy.
Do you see on the radio forums a lot, Kev, with the other morning shows promoting ayahuasca on the air?
No.
Or licking toad?
I'm going to go into mushrooms, toad venom, ayahuasca.
You're going to do all that?
No,
Not
it's
the same
for
night,
me.
bro. It's too much.
It's not for
I was gonna
me.
say, that's going to be one hell of a Friday.
You would have to get a fucking trank dart to get her out, to knock her out. You would be a maniac if you did all that in a night.
I don't need it. If I was in a broken place, though, and I needed it, I would totally do it. If I was in a place where I couldn't find my happy, I would totally do all that shit. All of it.
Okay. You jump right in, huh?
Yep, I would. Because I think self-care and I think therapy and I think self-preservation and happiness are the most important parts of your life that are far too often overlooked.
Let's say we were all taking, we go on some trip and we're taken hostage and we're out in some kind of a prairie, and you think you might probably, we have 10 days that we've been on with these hostages and these terrorists.
Are we in a little house
We all
on
think
this prairie?
We all think we're going to get it. And all of a sudden, someone goes, hey, man, I know you guys have some anxiety. Do you guys want to lick this toad, see if it gets you high? Would you do that at that time? Because you have so much anxiety and you figure, I'm going to die in 10 days anyway. Let me go ahead and lick this toad and see what this is about. Or do you say, no, fuck that, I'm not doing that?
No, I'm not licking the toad. When I think death is impending, like people have talked about, like, okay, what would you have done if you were over there and when the bomb sirens went off and they told you nukes are coming in 30 minutes? Some people would like start drinking then or lick the toad. That's not me.
Do you
At the end, I want to be sober. I want to have all of my wits about me because if there's a chance of getting out of it, I want to be prepared to get out of it and not be drunk.
We're pretty much in sudden death, so you know it's probably going to happen. And, you know, the stress of being with these terrorists for 10 days, it's wearing on you. You have a chance to, if you had a chance to drink a couple beers, you'd probably drink a couple beers, but it's not a couple beers this time. It's licking that toad.
I'm not going to lick the toad.
Yeah.
No.
I'm not licking the toad either.
No way.
My friend, from what he told me, from that experience of licking the toad, it fucking pulls the rug out from under you, and you have a wild ass ride for about 2 hours.
I couldn't. That just gives me anxiety to think about.
He
that.
loved it, but
you don't want your last moments to be a big fucking anxiety attack.
No, man, that'd be terrible. What a terrible way to go.
But you drink the beers if you get them.
Yeah, I'd have a beer or something like that. That's why I like alcohol, because it's just enough that it, knocks a little bit of the angst away.
Because I know some people believe they don't want to buzz. If they know they're going to die, they want to be as clear-headed as possible. So when they go to the other side,
yeah, that's me.
So you don't. If you have a chance to get a buzz, if you know you're going to die, you want to go stone cold sober.
Yep.
You too, Kev?
I wouldn't say stone cold. A slight calming would be great. Slight calming would be good for the transition.
So the only time she fucking needs to drink, she doesn't drink?
I know. Isn't that crazy?
Aren't I a mystery to you?
How about that, huh?
It's a mystery.
Yeah.
I'm taking the buzz.
I like to keep you guessing.
But when George Harrison, that guy broke in to try to kill him, back in the day, I don't know if you guys remember that.
No.
A guy broke in to George Harrison's house.
The Beatle?
Yeah, and was stabbing him. And he almost died from that. But he practiced meditation and all this stuff. And he believes if you think you're dying, you let go. You want to be clear-headed when you go to the other side and kind of make it a peaceful transformation. And he started to do that a little bit when the guy was killing him. Mm-hmm. So to be clear-headed, to try to have that transformation, I think a lot of people do believe that, but I think
I'm gonna fight if there's somebody stabbing me.
He ended up fighting.
I'm not gonna go, peaceful transformation, fuck that.
Well, because he was losing consciousness, he was starting to lose. He was fighting, he was losing the fight, and then the guy, he didn't die.
Damn.
But he wanted to be clear-headed. See what I'm saying? If you have a couple beers, you're not clear-headed.
I agree with him. If you have a couple beers, you're not clear-headed.
I'm torn on that because I would like to be clear-headed, but I think the anxiety, if you know you're going to die, like you're saying, a little bit of...
I can still be clear-headed and be relaxed. I just want to be relaxed. I would have enough just so I feel a slight wave of relaxation come on, because a lot of times I'm too... I need to be...
Yeah, I'm not saying get sloppy drunk or anything, but just a little something to go, all right.
Yeah.
Come on, Grim Reaper, let's fucking tangle.
I'm going sober, baby.
Okay.
Completely bone dry.
All right.
Michael sent an email and said, I'm following up with the draft you had on the top voices of all time. Amy Winehouse should be on that list. She was absolutely amazing and died too soon, only putting out one album. But on that album is Back to Black, Rehab, You Know I'm No Good, and Tears Dry on Their Own. She was bringing back the jazz sound with modern-day twists. There's also a great but sad documentary about her named Amy that I'd highly recommend.
I agree with you on the Amy thing. We only had so many picks, though.
15, yeah.
And is Amy better than Whitney? No.
Hell
Is
no.
Amy better than Ariana Grande?
But you know what, though? It's really hard to say better when it comes to this stuff. It really is.
It's so subjective, and I went with my heart, and I love Amy.
To me, when I see Whitney Houston perform live, and I don't even love all of Whitney Houston's shit, but what I love, I love. I can't believe how amazing her voice. I got emails or messages going, Whitney's great, but she's not the best, Bird. It's all what moves you.
Very subjective.
It is.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm not sure, Michael, that she didn't have another album that was out.
She had some live albums. She had a bunch of stuff.
Well, she had an album in 2003 called Frank. Back to Black came out in 2007, the one he talks about. And the album Frank in 2003, she had Stronger Than Me, which is a very solid song, and a song called Fuck Me Pumps, which is...
what Kevin loves to wear every weekend.
Every weekend. So that's good. In fact, I was listening to a song that she had yesterday, she did with Nas. It came out in 2011 called Like Smoke. It is a solid, awesome, chill song. If you love Amy Winehouse, that may not be on your radar. In fact, I heard that song, and I was thinking, I'm like, man, it would be awesome to be able to do a show where we bring out songs that maybe aren't in higher rotation, that you may not know about, pulling out a couple gems that we all love, and sitting around just kind of having some beers and all talking about music, and then where you're able to play it. And I think we could do that on Spotify, because I think you're allowed to put conversation around actual music tracks.
And it all depends. You can do that on YouTube, but it depends on the kind of song. YouTube's so finicky. It'll say that song you can't do that
you
song.
gotta have a list. Yeah, we have a list on that. So yeah, that'd be kind of cool. Nurse Schmidt said, "So you mean play better music, Kev?" Yes, we're all here for that. No, I don't. I just mean different music than the regular RMF hits. It would just be a little bit of a deeper look into our own personal choices and selections. There you go.
I love that. I love talking music. I know sometimes people go, "Oh, the music," but I love it.
There's one thing to me. You talk about. The reason why people love social media is you're scrolling forever and you're like, why do I keep doing this? It's because you get one hit of something that you love, and they found that it's an endorphin spike in your brain. There are different things that give you that rush, and it's a joy. And it's kind of like in golf. If you hit a great shot in golf, they always joke, they're like, why do I keep freaking golfing? Because you hit one shot that's amazing, and you have the pleasure section of the brain get this rush of endorphin.
I can do it again.
And then you keep chasing through all the misery for that one high again. It's like people love heroin.
Or
They're always
orgasm.
chasing that first high, whatever it might be.
What if we combine the three? You have to golf, get orgasms, and do heroin at the same time.
Gosh, that'd be fun to watch.
For some people,
I wouldn't want to do it, but I'd love to watch somebody doing it.
For somebody who loves all three,
There's the golf tournament we tune
Best day
into.
ever.
they would explode with pure pleasure.
Yeah.
It'd be rough.
It'd be amazing. So for me, I get that endorphin rush when I find a song that is really good and I haven't heard it before.
Yes, and that doesn't
And I'm
always
like,
happen.
that's so cool. Yeah, like I found one last week. I was just sitting at the hair club, and I'm like, what song is this? And I have that little scan thing that tells me what it is. And I found this band, a little bit more of kind of like a chill, but that works in my chill playlist.
It was called R.I.P. Fat Kevin, wasn't it?
No, that is a jam too, though.
Same thing happened to me at Home Goods. I was at Home Goods looking for a little rug, and this song came on. I never heard it before, and I instantly liked it.
Yeah.
And I downloaded
that.
it
Isn't that
immediately.
great?
I loved it.
What was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to ask me. And then
What was yours, Kevin?
I would have to take a look on mine as well.
All right.
Because
People like when y'all give them new music. They do like that.
Do they?
Some people like it.
You're right.
Nurse Schmidt, probably not, but maybe some other people.
No, Nurse Schmidt's kind. She's very nice.
Mine was a song called Slipping Away by a band called Leisure.
Okay.
And it kind of fits into the category they have, which is kind of like chill out music. But I like it. It was kind of a cool hipster kind of song.
Mine is such a. It's not a typical song I would like. It's called "Took a Minute" by Molly Birch.
Okay.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's a little toe tapper for me.
I'll try it out.
I don't know. I don't think the people are gonna like it. It's very pop and very bubblegummy.
Okay.
I don't know.
I'll dabble in that.
Chicks will dig it.
Why not?
Chicks, man.
Okay, got a question here from Linda. Can we get an update on how Virginia likes her face after the face threads? Would she do it again? Saggy face over here needs to know.
I think I want to do it again, but I think I need bigger threads. So I can see a subtle difference, but I don't think the difference is drastic enough. I want thicker threads. And I know they make them in different sizes, but I will tell you this. When you first get them put in, it's kind of a weird sensation because you can feel them.
I can't do this, Kevin.
And if they hit a nerve,
Kevin, I gotta tell
you can get a
Kevin.
sharp pain in your face. It goes away.
You have control, Kevin. I cannot fucking do neck and meat pockets again, or whatever you say. You call
Saggy face.
I can't do this. Saggy face who email. This is no.
Oh, but you'll talk about your saggy balls. You have saggy privilege.
Oh, whatever. You bring up my saggy balls. I always change the subject, and I never talk that long. And you talk about meat. The word thread with face
It's, yeah.
and meat makes me want. It almost makes me want to leave.
Well, there's the door, asshole. Go in the hall. With your "I hate fat kids" written across your forehead. You'll be back in here real quick.
I will. There's nowhere to run. I got meat threads in here.
You need the safety of meat threads.
gosh.
So everything with it, are you a strong proponent of it, and would you recommend it to others?
Yes and yes. But I would just tell you, go a little bit bigger than I went. And you would have to ask my girl Crystal at Aqua what I did, and maybe ask for a little bit more than I got, because mine is too subtle.
Okay.
You think it's too subtle?
Yeah, I want more.
So what would you, if you did more, what would you do? I'm being honest.
You set me up for a
No,
snore?
I only snore with reality TV.
I want thicker threads, because I think the thicker thread
No, that's not what I'm saying. What are you not happy with on your face?
around my mouth, I've started to get a lot of lines. I'm a very expressive person. I laugh hard, I smile big, I talk big, I make all these weird fucking faces. And so when you do that, you stretch out your face, and now I have a lot of lines from it.
Do you ever notice her lines?
No,
Never.
not once.
Never. Seriously, I'm not even.
Tell me more.
No, I'm kind of. I don't know. I'm annoyed, but I'm also being nice. It's
You've
weird.
never noticed my lines, Kevin?
I think most of the time we notice our own imperfections the most.
Oh, absolutely.
Unless you go on social media and read enough, they'll fucking find everything and they'll know what to say. But yeah, I don't notice lines on you. But
wow. I mean, this is good news.
what the fuck?
I'm just going to sit over here and glow.
I'm asking Kevin. Kevin would be honest. I'm not trying to kiss your ass. I just think you gotta be careful with the face, dog. Is all I'm saying.
I agree. You do have to be careful with the face. And, the fillers, I'm going to tell you this right now. Not a fan. Especially the cheeks and the eyes. I think you can go too big on these fillers and make yourself look like an inflated cat person. I don't like the way it looks in the cheeks and eyes when you do too much.
Okay.
But the threads, I saw a girl that took out all her fillers and did threads instead, and it looks so good. Because the fillers, I don't think is the answer in the upper part of the face.
Okay. That's where you go.
I just wish you would love yourself.
I do, but I'm also self-aware. I'm going to be 50 this year. Kevin will be 51st. I'd like to point that out.
I'm up.
And when you turn 50, it's a big thing psychologically, but I also see the changes in my skin. I'm self-aware, and if there's things I can do to feel a little bit better about my skin, I'm going to fucking do them unapologetically.
Well,
Look at that.
I think you both look sensational.
You can tell somebody's lying by how they stutter.
Yeah, he couldn't get it out.
I think y'all look sensational. I really do, though. I think you do. I think you do.
Well, an interesting email here titled How Not to Piss says, Yo, KVJ, had a discussion with my friends about how guys should piss. Well, as you know, mostly 80% of guys, when taking a piss, they grab their dick so the piss won't go everywhere. But I noticed and I come to a conclusion that almost every guy takes a piss and then washes their hands. Shouldn't it be wash your hands first, then go grab your dick and piss? Now grab your dick with your dirty hands that's touched everything, and then wash your hands? Now their dicks are dirty as well.
Yeah, me and Denny's talk about this a lot, actually. The way we do it, it's really kind of a weird way to do things. You're touching everything, then you touch your dick. It's kind of odd.
Said, I understand if you piss on your hands, okay, wash your hands. But if your dick is clean, why do you guys need to wash your hands after pissing? Can you put up a scale and see how many guys wash their hands before grabbing it?
You grab the public door.
If I had to grab my clam every time I had to pee, I would have to wash my hands before I grab my clam, because your hands are filthy.
Yes.
You should not be touching your pink parts with dirty hands. Now, luckily, I'm not digging around in my clam when I have to pee.
But you don't touch your clam at all when you're peeing? You don't.
No.
You don't even nick a lip?
Never.
Really?
Never. On purpose. I think when I wipe with toilet paper, I probably use more toilet paper than I should, because I want to make sure there's a big barrier between my hand and my clam.
Kev, are you shocked about this?
I don't know if I'm stunned, but, it's all an interesting revelation.
I mean, I can make you a video.
No, but the majority of the ladies of the chat room, you'd say majority of them, they never, ever touch their clam?
If you're doing it right, you're not touching your poussoir when you're peeing, either before, during, or after.
Oh, I'm talking about wiping.
when you're wiping, same thing. I mean, if you do it right, you don't touch your flesh to flesh ever.
I'm shocked.
You learn a little bit about the art of wiping.
I'm shocked that you're shocked.
Shook it.
Okay,
I'm just saying.
when you wipe your bunghole, do you ever touch your skin to your bung?
Wait, it seems like a trick question. Say that. Say it again.
Well, the pussy and the bung are neighbors. And I look at them as the same. I also would not put my dirty hand on my bunghole.
I'm just saying, you have a couple. You may tell me if all the ladies in the chat room, and you included, were drinking, and you guys had to go pee somewhere, and you have a nice buzz, you mean to tell me there's not going to be a finger at all hitting any kind of...
Do you think we accidentally finger ourselves when we're
and
wiping?
decide to stay there a little bit longer?
Even drunk, I would say 99% of the time, I don't touch flesh to flesh.
Okay.
Maybe I have good balance. I don't know.
Look, again, I'm just asking questions.
Small hand, small clam. I don't know.
Kevin doesn't seem shocked either, so clearly it's me.
I can see it, yeah. Learn a lot here.
I think I am.
Dan in the Pizzle want to know, do you wash your ears? He said, I remember a while back, Jaybird was asking everybody if they wash the bottom of their feet. I can't remember what V said, but Kev said he didn't because he just figured the soap on the floor of the shower was good enough. Well, I was taking a shower today, and it hit me that I never washed the outer parts of my ears. I'm sure the shampoo hits them to some extent, but I think I'm going to try to start washing them with soap too. I know it's a weird question, but you guys specifically wash your ears.
Yeah, because you have to be super careful to wash behind them. I think that's where it gets a little crusty and musty.
Yeah, I definitely wash the ear. Here's the thing, though. When you wash your ears, you got to make sure you dry them out really well because you'll get funky ear with that. You have to make sure you get all the suds out, everything out. I mean, I'm not trying to mansplain ear cleaning.
I saw this TikTok, and I don't know if this is real, but it was this little thing that you put like in your ear, which I know you're not supposed to put anything in your ear, but we all put a Q-tip in there. So it's like a Q-tip, but it's got a camera on it. And it was showing all these people on TikTok what was in their ear.
Oh, wow.
And all these people were like, oh my gosh, that's in my ear. And then it was showing you how to get the funk out of your ear. And I don't know if it's real. I don't know if they just made this to like try to sell this product and nobody has this much funk in their ear. But I was fascinated by what was coming out of these people's ears on TikTok.
It's pretty crazy when you see it. You're like, what the heck, man?
I've had an ear clogged before that had to be declogged by a medical professional because I had used a Q-tip too vigorously, and then I used a pen cap. It was a whole thing. But I guess we're all prone to have a bunch of crap in our ears, and it goes back farther than you can see.
I always heard
like
too.
Build up and like it's like discolored.
I always heard too. If you do have wax in your ear, you obviously have to clean them out, but that means you have a healthy ear.
Yeah, because it's created by your body to keep dirt out. Yeah,
it's normal, but it's still bizarre. When you saw what these people were pulling out of their ears on TikTok, I was losing my mind.
Yeah. Talking about cleaning your foot and whatnot, Best Life had a doctor on the other day, and they were talking about places on our body that a lot of people don't pay much attention to, and they do need to clean. And to your point, one of the places that this professor in the Department of Family Medicine at Rowan University, he had said that, yes, you need to make sure that you are washing your ears. That is one of them. A lot of people are not tending to those enough. So they said rubbing alcohol or salt water solution can be helpful to clean as well if you need to. Belly button was one of the places that they had mentioned.
That's a good one. I forget that one a lot. And then when I finally get in there with a Q-tip, it's like got all kinds of spray tan in there, and it's like brown. Because the dead skin cells and the spray tan like build up in there, and then it's pretty repulsive.
Right.
I'll bring it in for you if we want to do what did I lick?
It's pretty awful.
Yeah, I don't know.
I think I'm going to throw up right now.
Yeah. You can use a Q-tip to clean out your belly button as what is recommended.
With alcohol on it. That's how I did it.
Mm-hmm. Let me see other things that they had said that you need to look for underneath your fingernails.
Yes.
That we're not cleaning those well enough, and also under your toes. So I guess to your point, the feet.
And clean your privates.
And remember, we had the discussion. It just reminded me because somebody slid in our DMs with this answer. The other day we were talking about ear hair. And why men have it and women don't. We got a DM from a biology teacher.
Okay.
And he said ear hair is on the Y chromosome. And only men have a Y chromosome, so only men get ear hair.
Huh.
Look at that.
Okay.
Okay, this show is very educational, bitches.
There you go.
Let me introduce you to some of my family members. I'm just kidding.
Damn, you got Y chromosome women?
I'm just kidding. I don't think I was explaining myself either about the vagina talk. I don't think I'm getting text messages going, what the fuck are you talking about with the toilet paper? I'm not explaining myself the right way here. I'm not going to bore you again. I'll talk to you after the show.
You'll talk to me after the show about my vagina?
We're going to talk about your vagina.
No, if we're going to talk about my vagina, I'm doing it here with witnesses.
We can get Panda.
I don't want this getting back to Panda that me and you were doing sidebar pussy chat.
I said it all wrong, baby. But we'll make sure that Panda's on the FaceTime with us.
Well, thank you for all the fascinating topics. You can always drop them on us. Just send us an email, mail@kvjshow.com. Have a great Tuesday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.